Hi everyone, our journal page. I'm working in my paper bag journal. This is the last page, so after this will be probably a flip through. I'm starting with some dark colors. I picked some dark purple, dark blue, and I've got some dark turquoise and maybe some magenta. I don't know. Just gonna play around and put some color in the back. I'm going to put it directly here on the page in several places, quite randomly. Whoops, this is runny. Okay, let's start with this. Just taking some a white brush and very soft, and I'm using it dry without any water and just smearing away, having fun. My pages, as you can see, are already gessoed just because I wasn't interested in the brown color, and also because I want my paint to go smoothly on my page and not soak in immediately as I'm putting it. So that's the reason for the gesso. So as you can see, just smearing paint, and you don't have to go diagonally. It's just easier for me. If any other way is more comfortable for you, then that's what you do. Let's add now some of this dark turquoise. A little bit here, here. And just smearing and also letting this mix with the other colors. Not that it's really important, but if I can blend them together, then it's even better this way. I like it. Okay, so adding now a little bit of the magenta, and I'm hoping that it will mix and then it won't be too much in contrast with the rest of the colors I have here. As you can see, I'm mixing it and I get more shades here, so it's more interesting. Okay, haven't put enough in this area, so I'm just gonna take a little bit more, just so I will have a hint of this color in just some more places and not just in one. And yeah, so quite dark, but it was intentional because I want to stencil on top of it with white. So that's what I was aiming for. I'm just going over places that the white from the gesso is sticking out, but that's it. That's the first layer of this page. So I'm going to wait for it to dry before I try anything, and then I'll be back. I'm back. So this is mostly dry. I've got here some white gesso and some grayish light blue that I want to stencil with. I'm using one of the stencils that I made. Just made it, and of course I had to to just try it and use it. So any kind of stencil, any kind of pattern that you want in the bag, go for it. It doesn't have to be anything like this. And I'm taking a little bit of the gesso, dabbing the excess here, and I will take as I go a little bit of the light blue, so just so it won't be completely the same color, and so I will have something to play with, changing and taking a little bit of the light blue. And again a little bit of the gesso. I prefer to stencil with gesso. It has a more chalky finish than a white acrylic paint, but you can also do it with acrylic paint. It's just what I like to do, and it also dries quicker than acrylic paint. So I'm just alternating between the two. I'm thinking now that I'm gonna add a little bit more color, and let's see. Looking, I'm taking this, I don't know, pinkish color, and I'm not cleaning my sponge. I'm just continuing, just so I will have variation in the color. Letting this blend together so I won't have patches of, I forgot to there is one here that I forgot to cut. Okay, I will finish this and I'll cut the one petal that I forgot here, and basically I want to go with this pattern all over the page. Let's see. Yeah, you see I forgot one here, so I'm going to cut this petal. I'm going to go over and just add more and more of this quite randomly, and then I'll come back. I'm back. So finished stenciling. I still want more, I don't know, white in the back, so I'm going for splatter, and I'm taking a fan brush with water and just mixing with white acrylic paint and just starting to splatter all over my page. I don't want large spaces with the dark color. The dark color is just the first layer and the base, but otherwise don't want large patches of the dark. Yeah, just a little bit more water. Now the only thing I don't like about splatter, because it's with a lot of water, it takes time to dry, but that's the idea I had, and I will just have to wait for it to dry. Still keeping with the splatter. Okay, I hope I'm done with the splatter. I'm going to let this dry again and I'll be back. I'm back. This is dry. Next, I made a stencil of Howling Wolf, and I've printed it from some site, freeclipart.com, I think it was, something like that, and I've showed you in other videos how I make my stencils, and I just put some acetate and I just play around until I'm satisfied with what's going on. So I've got this stencil that I'm going to stencil here with black, and then I will need to give it some contour lines because the black won't be as prominent on this page, and I will need to give it more distinction, and I want a moon here. Now I'm just taking I've got this circle templates that I'm always checking to see what will work for me, and I'm thinking I will go with this size of a moon, so that's what it's going to be. First of all, I will take some black paint, and once again just taking a makeup sponge, dabbing the excess and starting to stencil. That's it. Very very boring seeing me do this again and again, same thing. So I'm going to keep at it, and what I'm thinking is that maybe not only I will give it some defining lines, maybe I still have here a little bit of the light blue. What if I will mix it with the black and give a little bit of more definition? We'll see how it goes. So on top I'm doing this, I'm mixing the light blue with the black, and we'll see how it looks. If it doesn't go well, then I will just go and do everything in black. Let's see. I don't know. I'll just continue stenciling here with the black, and then I'll come back. Finished stenciling the wolf, and as you can see, some parts are just blending into the background. So I'm taking white Posca pen and I'm gonna try and go around the shapes and make them more defined. Let's hope this will work. It seems okay. Maybe I will add, I have some silver acrylic paint pen or whatever, marker. Maybe it will give it a little bit more, I don't know, some sparkle. Well, it's starting to look better. Busy background, so it's difficult to make whatever you choose to for focal point to show. But I really wanted this background for this image, so now I just need to work harder for it to be more noticeable on the page. Like if the ear here is disappearing, then I will just go with a black permanent marker inside and add some more definition. until I'm satisfied with what's going on. There are no rules, just what works for you. Yep. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to continue going over this, and then I'm gonna come back and do the moon. I want some yellowish with orange a little bit for the moon. Okay, so I'm gonna continue this and I'll come back. Okay, so I got my wolf and I had to go over the lines once again just to make it more white, and I was going to cut a circle this size from just any kind of scrapbook paper or whatever, and just paint it with the colors I wanted for the moon. And then I decided that I want some pattern and interest to the moon. I don't want it just yellow and a little bit with a little bit of orange tint. So I went to all my coloring books, and I've got all kinds of first I thought to use a mandala for the moon, and then I kept at it and I found this page, and I'm thinking just cutting this out and coloring it. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got tons of these coloring books, and I've bought them for my mom. That's what kept her going all this COVID year. So I kept buying her more and more coloring books and more markers, and she loved it. But well, she passed away in March, and I took all the leftover coloring books. So now I'm just using them as much as I can. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is it. Now I just want to add some color. I'm moving this aside, and let's see. I'm gonna take some, I think I will use some distress inks that I have. I really like these colors. So let's see. Maybe even this one. So makeup sponge, and yeah, makeup sponge. So I'm using this kind of makeup sponge because when I use this round thing, then I don't get any harsh lines like if I use this kind of makeup sponge. So that's the only thing. And I'm just starting in the middle with the yellow, and as you can see, it doesn't make any lines. It looks more diffused, if that's the correct word, like more like light. I think I will continue with the yellow and just keep the orange to the edges. That's what I'm thinking. This one is fossilized amber. This one spiced marmalade, and I don't know if I will use the red one for that says barn door. Don't know if it's noticeable enough that this is a different color. I see it. Don't know how much of it you can see from up there in the camera. So I'm just pushing it now so it would be darker. So, and well, let's see, let's hope it will be okay. I'm going in with the red and let's hope for the best. Okay, I can live with it. A nice edge. Just what is it called, like a Indian moon, I think, red moon, whatever. Yeah, okay, so let's see how it goes on the page. Making a mess as always. Just goes hand in hand with this kind of stuff. Okay, I hope you still are with me and have patience. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just stick it here, but what I'm thinking is that now I'm going to add some yellow splatter and we'll see what's going on. Yeah, so yellow. Oop. Fan brush, water, same thing as I've done with the white. A little bit of water, just not too much. I'm going to lift it and okay, so I like it. Now what I'm going to do, I don't know if it will work. I'm going to take a little bit of this yellow paint and I'm thinking of going around my wolf like the yellow light from the moon is like, I don't know, like it's enveloping my wolf, like some kind of hello aura, whatever. Oh my god, the things I'm doing, it wasn't planned. Okay, I'm not going all around the wolf. I don't need it to look radioactive or like the, was it called, Baskerville dog in Sherlock Holmes. So I'm just going in some areas and it will also give it a little bit more definition. and I think also like the light of the moon is going on top of this rock that the wolf is standing on. Yeah, let's see. This is still wet, so I'm not sticking my moon here. And let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to wait for everything to dry, and then I will stick the moon, and then we'll see if this this is finished or if I find something else to play with. I'll be back. Okay, so this is it, finished. I put the moon here. I just took a yellow Posca pen and just made some dots because I was waiting for everything to dry and I just can't leave anything alone. So that's the only thing I've done, and that's my page, and this journal is done. And let me give you a close look up. And basically this is it. Thank you for watching, and thank you for leaving me comments below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.